Hello, I'm Mallory, and in this video I'm going to talk about my out-of-body experience. I'm actually going to talk about two experiences I've had. One is more of an astral travel, and I wasn't going to share it, but what the hell, why not? It was kind of too short to make it into its own video anyways. And the other one's going to be about my out-of-body experience, which is just incredible. I love hearing all of like everybody else's crazy stories about out-of-body experiences, and it's just like proof that holy shit, this is one trippy ass experience, and we are extremely powerful. And you know, the human part of us doesn't even know that, but this is one trippy ass experience. Especially too when people were talking more about it being like a holographic, where it's really holographic, but through our like VR virtual reality headsets, everything seems solid because God's incredible like that, but really everything is malleable. This is one trippy ass world, and our thoughts and our intentions and our internal reality of what we're imagining is what really creates your 3D. So you are the 3D. And that's why it's really so important to just go within and meditate, even if not like deep meditate. I mean, highly recommend deep meditations, but obviously people can't really do them all the time every day. But really just going inside and imagining what you really want and feeling like it's already real right now, because there really is only now. And just accepting that it's done, that you've created it, and that's the God in you is really creating that reality. So God knows that that's what you want. So don't you dare be thinking about and imagining bad circumstances, because the God in you, ask and you shall receive. So just be careful about that. This is something most of us learn the hard way, and still, even now, it's still something that I'm consciously, I've been, you know, realizing the things I've been creating. So my go-to is everything's working out for me. If I start to get like too stressed out with all of that and everything's working out for me. So that's just a little pep talk of reality creation before I get into what I've experienced. So with my astral dream, of course, so basically the way that these two have worked for me, because I've done tons of meditations where I'm trying to astral project and they just don't work for me. And then sometimes I'll listen to binaural beats and try and, but like I've discovered that for me personally, it just being quiet and me really focusing on I am, knowing that I really am God, and just saying that to myself over and over and over again before I go to sleep. That's what brought me into these two experiences. So the first one, I kept saying, I am. And all of a sudden, my consciousness, so it looked like a huge black screen, because that's really what it is, where our consciousness is projecting this world outside of us. So the crazy thing is I felt like myself, my own like consciousness. I did feel sort of like it was weird, just like a consciousness, just a small little conscious, not my whole body, just a little consciousness popped out of this black screen and went into a tunnel. And this was at a time too where I was just like, fuck it, I really don't have any fear. Like I was feeling, and that's a huge key. You have to be fearless, because to experience this stuff, you can't have fear, because if you do, it's not gonna happen. So I was like, fuck it, this is crazy. I'm actually going through one of these like astral travel tunnels that you see on videos and everything. And I'm like, oh, this is really happening. For me, it was black and white. And then I ended up on this, it's weird. It did feel like I was in a video game, and that's really like what we are in right now too. But it was sandy, and it sort of felt like an island, and it felt deserted. It felt like there was nobody there. But then I looked to my right, and there was this basically, if you've seen Aladdin, like that head in the sand, that's what I saw. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I have no fear. I'm going right into the mouth of that, and I have no fear. So my consciousness went right into the mouth of that, and then I went through another tunnel, astral travel tunnel, and then it brought me down to, it felt like it was sort of a type of like town hall kind of feely. But the weird thing is, the person, well, I guess it was a dwarf. Think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I obviously love Disney, so I'm sure my astral travel dreams have a lot to do with this. But it was a dwarf, and in my consciousness, and he was like sitting behind a desk and just not really paying attention to me, but I was so excited to be there. And I was like, I'm here. And I was so excited. And he sort of like ignored me. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm proud of myself. I'm a consciousness and I'm exploring and I'm here, but you don't even care, but whatever. So my attention went off to the left. And then I think it was like either down a hall or maybe even another tunnel. And then my conscious ended up aligning right with the grill of a car that I really want. And it said the state license plate. And on the license plate, it said 321. But it was the color of the car that I wanted and the model. And it was just my consciousness stuck to the grill of it. And it was really dope. But then that's when I ended up waking up. So that was my astral travel one, which was cool because it was sort of showing me of what I'm thinking about. It does exist. It's there. I really believe it's just a matter of time before I have it. And I feel like even though this dream was like a month ago, I know that I already have it, and everything's internal anyways, and I already have it. So it's just a matter of time before, and I feel that I already have it. It's just a matter of time before it shows up in my world. So the out-of-body experience on this was fucking crazy. So once again, I did the I am, and it was really dark, and no music or anything. It was just me. Although I do meditations all throughout the day. I like Joe Dispenza. I listen to random like self-love ones. Recently, I have a lot of abundance meditations, but this seems to work when I'm really focused on the fact that I am God. So sometimes I'll say I am God, but I mostly just say I am, and feel it in my heart and feel it in the truth, and like also making the intention before you go to sleep. I'm going to have an out-of-body experience, and just I am God, and just intending I am. And then as you fall into sleep and your subconscious is really picking that up. So I really wasn't I was just doing the I am because it's become a practice before bed every night. I'm almost doing this because it is the truth, and it connects me more with the truth, and then I want to learn more of the truth. So this one, I ended up, it was crazy. So I was I am before I went to sleep, and then all of a sudden I was in the black void. And if you've seen my other videos, I have been there before too, but this was completely different because it's like I zoomed, I was just black, but then I saw like out in the distance a Rubik's Cube of movies playing, and like each side you could tell it was like movies. And I don't know if it was just the movies of my life or just the truth that we're in a multiverse, that there's tons simultaneously, bunch of different realities happening right now. And I saw that and I was like, oh shit, that's trippy. And then I was just backing up out of that view, and then all of a sudden my consciousness was at the end of my bed on the floor. And I really did feel like I was like this, like a consciousness. It really did. It just felt like my head was just going like no body once again, and I was on the floor. And I did have fear. I was like, I don't want to see my body. That's going to be too much. I don't want to see my body. And it felt like I was slithering like a snake. So I slithered around my bed and around the side of it. When I was going by it, I was like, I don't want to see my body. This is going to be too trippy. I can't see it. So I kept going, and it was definitely nighttime. There were no lights on, but in this vision, the lights were on, but everything was kind of deranged. Like everything was sort of like wider, like just a little deranged, a little off, but there was a light everywhere my consciousness was, which is interesting too. So I went into my kitchen from my bedroom, and then I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go outside and fly, because I've heard of so many other people flying and stuff. So it's like, fuck it, I want to fly. So I got to my door, and then the funny thing is obviously this is my first out-of-body experience, so I guess in my consciousness I was also thinking human thoughts, like, well, I'm down here, how am I going to open that door? But I'm out of my body, I can just go through walls. So I brought my consciousness up to the doorknob, and then I went through the doorknob. It was fucking dope. So I went through the doorknob, and I was just like, holy shit, I just went through a wall. So then, this is another weird thing. I live in an apartment complex, and there's 2 other apartments outside of mine, and then the door to go outside. So I, intended to go out and fly, but this was another weird thing, is I was thinking human thoughts. So even though I just went through the wall, I was standing at my door and being like, somehow my door was open a little bit too. I don't know I think as a human, I'm always obsessed with my door being locked whenever I leave. It's like an obsession of mine. So I think my consciousness was also like, oh no, what if the door is locked? And it's like, you just went through the door. But I think I was afraid that if I left my apartment and I came back and the door was locked, I was thinking human thoughts too while I was going through this, which was also really interesting, because I was thinking like I was this human, but come on, I just went through the door. But that's what was really frustrating about this, is I kept messing with the door, because I was like, oh no, what if it's locked? What if it's unlocked? Like, what am I gonna do? And that was annoying. But then when I also looked out to go outside, the other screen door to go outside, and I looked outside, that was also really deranged. Like, my parking lot area was just really like, just a lot longer, a lot wider. And it was a very off, artificial yellow looking light outside, so that kind of weirded me out too. So when I looked out there, I was like, I don't know. And then I also saw a car I didn't recognize, so I was just like, I actually don't think I want to go out there. That's kind of fucking weird. And then, once again, fear was playing. And then, normally I look over to the left and I see my apartment, my neighbor's apartment. But this time, her apartment was actually to the right. Usually it's to the left. It was to the right, where a closet usually is. And it was weird because her door was open and it was purple. Like, her walls were purple. And her walls in real life are definitely not purple. So I was just fucking weirded out. Obviously, I'm out of my body. All of this is fucking weird. But I was still thinking like human thoughts too, which is funny. So I was like, okay, like, part of me really wants to go in there, but part of me is fucking terrified. So I didn't go in, which I'm so pissed, because I know, especially with it being purple, if you're into chakras and stuff, obviously the crown chakra, like, get in that fucking door and explore, like, really have an experience. And I believe that was a portal presented to me. You know, doors are portals and everything. So I am disappointed in myself, but I just decided, wait a second, this is actually way too trippy. I think I want to jump back into my body. So I went back in my consciousness, back through the door, through my kitchen, and then back onto my bed. The funny thing is, though, I didn't see my body, but I put my consciousness where I knew my body was, and then I woke up. So it was very trippy, very deranged, but it was a true out-of-body experience. Now when I look at my doorknob, I'm like, I went through that. Like, this is nuts. And the more and more I think about it, it's just, holy shit, we are our own universe. We are, and this is our reality to play with. It's fucking insane. So really, internally feel that you are already completely fulfilled, that you already have whatever you want, and be whatever the fuck you want to be, because that's what, there's an insane amount of realities, and that's just the truth. That's just the truth. And where we put our attention and focus on is where we're going. And I am determined to really, really experience this more. And I highly recommend that you do too, because it's just, it really shows you your power. And like when things might not be going right, you realize you're the reason they're not going right. You need to already feel abundant. You already need to feel fulfilled and empowered God, because it's what you really are. You are. I mean, your ego mind wants to keep you safe and freaks the fuck out about everything. We used to say, ego, we're good. We're good. And create what you want to create. And I just am excited to share this with you. And if you have any stories to share with me, please do. And I'm excited to be posting more videos about my experiences, because I am determined to create more and to go into them without fear, but just for an excitement to really learn more of the truth and share more of the truth. Because I believe, since I've had those lucid dreams and have seen all the code, it was God's way of waking me up and being like, yo, you really do create your reality. Fucking start taking hold of it. Start, owning your own power, because it's the truth. It is the truth. So, super excited to hear your stories. So please share them below. I know that there's a lot on Reddit about people like shifting realities and stuff too, which I love to read, but I'd love to really start like something here. Maybe I am even shifting into I just want people to know the truth. That's really why I'm here. So please share your stories, like I said, for the 100th time. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you had really deranged out-of-body experiences, I would like to hear that too, because I feel like it was really fucking off, but I know for a fact it was my consciousness out of my body, especially because everything I saw in my apartment and everything. So yeah, super fun. This is a trip and a half. And doing this all completely sober too. The funny thing is, actually, the more sober I am, the better experiences I have. Like, I know a lot of people like take drugs and ayahuasca and stuff to experience this, but I have like a ridiculously highly sensitive body, to the point that there's tons of foods it doesn't even want to eat. But I find the cleaner I eat and the more water I drink, I'm done with caffeine too. I might even make a video about that, because caffeine's fucking annoying. Although I might have been drinking decaf when these happened, so that's whatever, that's a whole other story. But yeah, I just find that the more cleaner my body is, the easier it is to create these amazing things and to experience them, I guess. That's another point too. Everything, like I saw in the multiverse, everything really is already created. So the beauty of us shifting, I mean, every second we're shifting, but excuse me. Yeah, just keep positive with what you want and stay positive. And you're creating your 3D. So if you stay positive and focus on what you really truly want, it is no choice but to be creative, because you are the 3D. So yeah, I love you, and I will definitely be back with more. Hopefully some more crazy out-of-body experiences where I have no fear. Fuck fear. Like, fear is only a 4-letter word. For anybody that used to be into wrestling, the Hardy Boys, I was thinking about this last night. The Hardy Boys knew what was up. Jeff Hardy was talking about imagination. Jeff Hardy fucking knew imagination creates reality. And then you've got Matt rocking the fear is only the 4-letter word, and it's like, they fucking knew it was up. Fuck fear. Use that imagination. And let's have some fucking fun. Yay. I love you. Bye.